sings your praise. Every creature bow to say to the one who reigns on high, all glory, power, and might. Come and see God has done His awesome deeds toward all He loves. Let the sound of praise be heard. Shout for joy to God, all the earth. Every mountain sing high, every valley sing low, and everything in between sing the harmony. Every mountain sing high, every valley sing low, and everything in between sing the harmony. Every mountain sing high, every valley sing low, everything in between sing the harmony. Every mountain sing high, every valley sing low, everything in between sing the harmony. Come and see what God has done, His awesome deeds for all He loves. Let the sound of praise be heard. Oh, shout for joy to God, all the earth. Come and see what God has done. His awesome deeds toward all He loves. Let the sound of praise be heard. Shout for joy to God, all the earth. Shout for joy to God, all the
All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, April the 7th, 2022. And today is a big day for our family. My nephew, Jonathan, is getting married today, later this afternoon. And so it's a full day. So I want to, my oldest daughter, my little girl, Cassiani, is running the stream today, and she did it all by herself. And there's a lot of little steps. There's a ton of, I mean, for me, it's a lot. There's a bunch of steps that you have to remember to get everything set, and she did a great job this morning. So good job, sweetheart. And let me say good morning to everybody. Good morning to my mom. I love you, Mama. Good morning. And good morning to the Eddies, to Lauren and Mike and David and Levi and Valor and Haven and Everett. And I hope you had a great birthday yesterday, Levi. You're 14 now. You know, it's a new day. It's a new year, Levi. You gotta be 14 now. You gotta walk it. All right. Good morning to Jerry and Janet from Roosevelt Lake, and I hope your internet's working well for you, and I hope you have a beautiful and refreshing time away. Good morning to Kathleen and to Kelly Kenfield and to Kelly and Melody Woods and to Kelly Shepard. Good morning to Ron and Amy, to Sonia Valenzuela and Margarita. Good morning to Sonia Takach. And let's see here. Let me look over here. And good morning or good afternoon to Pastor and Sister Martinez in Georgia. And good evening to Dayspring. Hope you're doing well, Dayspring, in Scotland. Hope you're having hope you've had a great day. And I know it's almost dinner time there or something, somewhere around that. All right, well, we are today, the title of today's Daily Manna is simply Rules for the Road. We're going to look at Psalm 37, right? Psalm 37 is it's like a greatest hits psalm. You know what I mean? It's like a top tier, like, favorite psalm of many people. And there's a reason for that. It's considered to be a wisdom psalm, and it's an instructive psalm. So it's one of the handful of acrostic psalms, kind of an ABC, Aleph to Tav psalm. So it's not every verse. It's almost every other verse that starts with a new letter. But it kind of varies just a little bit. And so I've got the different first words put into the text today, so you'll be able to kind of see that. So this is one of those instructive psalms that's intended to get into. It's a psalm of training for how to live your life, of rules for the road, principles for the journey. This is a lengthy journey on one level, and so for you to finish well, you need to hold firm to this. You need to get these ABCs down, and in particular, a focus here in this psalm at the center of it is, don't stress out when it looks like the ways of wickedness are prospering. Like, don't think, oh, no, 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 no. Don't start to freak out. Don't get angry. Don't jump on that road, right? If you've got these two ways that, Yeshua talks about the broad road and the narrow road. And the broad road, there are many on it. But it leads to destruction, and there are many that find it. But enter the narrow way, the narrow road. And so this is the temptation is when that broad road is so packed and it looks like it's so great. It looks like, man, it seems like they're winning. Says, just trust me on this. Hold to what I'm teaching you now. Get this song, get this ABC song in your heart, in your head. Hold fast, firmly, even in the face of a hostile world where the wicked seem to do better at times than the faithful. And so that's really a central theme to the text, because it's a central struggle in life. It's essential. There are the moments where you go, where you've walked in righteousness, where you've done the right thing, you've been obedient to the Lord, you've walked in integrity and in honesty, and there are moments where, in the immediacy of that moment, it feels like, what did I do it for? It doesn't feel like I'm vindicated here. It doesn't feel like it's prospering. Here, these guys are twisting everything up, and they get away with everything. It seems to prosper. I don't know. And you begin to doubt. It's in those moments that you hold on. We'll get into the psalm here in a minute. Today, I'm going to a wedding, And there's a reason that when you're having a wedding, on that beginning of your life together, that you say things like, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. I'm sorry, all of a sudden, what do we say? And for richer, for better or worse, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. Right. So what are we being pessimistic? Are we being like, oh well, there's gonna be worse, and you're gonna be sicker at times, and there's gonna be poorer at times? So what are we just being negative? No, there's a recognition that we're making promises, we're making a commitment today that will carry us through, because there are moments when you're going to feel like you're in the lowest part, and you're going to be like, I don't know about this, and you have to hold firm. You hold firm in that moment to that commitment to love one another. And so in the same way, it's like a psalm taught to you in childhood, an ABC psalm that says, okay, so in the difficult moments, hold on to this. One of the reasons that consistently being in the Word and going through the Word is so critical, is so important. There are moments where, there are times when you're reading through the Psalms and everything is going great in your life, and you'll read one of these like, where are you, God, Psalms? And in that moment, you're like, I'm fine. I don't need this Psalm today. Right? But that's precisely when you take that psalm and you put it in the bank of your heart, right? You put it in your pantry, because there's a day that's coming. There's undoubtedly a day that's coming that you have to that this thing that you've deposited in your heart is exactly what you need today. You go to the bank and you pull it out, or you go into the pantry and you say, this is what my soul is hungry for today. And you draw upon that which has been put in your heart, because you draw upon these core foundational instructions that were intended to say, hey, hold on to this so that you make it all the way to the end. All right, so Psalm of David. And the Aleph, he says, do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of those who do wrong, of them who do wrong. Verse 2, for like the grass, they soon wither and fade like a green herb. So the opening, it says, don't fret. In the language here, don't be kindled with anger. Don't burn with anger. Don't be agitated, right? Don't be agitated because of the good fortune, what seems to be the good fortune of those who are doing evil, those who are walking in wickedness. Don't be agitated by that, and don't envy them who are doing wrong, or it's using the word iniquity, or like a twisting. They're twisting everything up. Don't desire that, because it's temporary. Understand this, so that we're continually, what we're called to throughout this psalm is a perspective that is eternal. In the immediacy, it looks like, man, they're thriving, and it draws us. The one telling us this will later say, I was young and now I'm old. Right? So there's wisdom that's coming from a life of faithfulness. Listen to the one teaching you from a life of faithfulness, and that one has been faithful to God, and the Lord himself is the one that is the teacher here. And he says, for they will soon wither like grass, right? They will fade. They're going to be decay like a green herb. And so that at the heart of the meaning too is, it's like, don't get worked up at the good fortune of what is temporary, and don't envy them, because if you envy them, you may desire to walk in their ways. Right? Rather, verse 3 is the bait. Yeah, bait is the next letter. Aleph, bet is betach, trust. Trust in Adonai and do good. Trust in Adonai and do good. Right? And trust the outcome of all that you're doing. Put your confidence in him and do what's right. Do what's good. It says dwell in the land. And the language here is to dwell, to rest in the land, to settle in the land. And feed on faithfulness. Feed on emunah, on faithfulness. Feed on what is true. Feed on truth, what is substantive. Right? Pasture on that. Dwell in the land. Feed on that. Verse 4, delight yourself in, this is the word oneg. Yeah? Enjoy. Take pleasure. Delight. It's a language that has to do with kind of being pampered. But delight yourself, find your luxury, your delight in Adonai. And if in him, and he will give to you the desires, the requests of your heart. Right? As your heart is in him, what you're desiring for, you're feeding on faithfulness. So as you delight in him, as we're centered in him, the desires of our hearts aren't going to be for what the wicked have. This is not some sort of transactional verse that is intended to give me what I want, when I want, how I want. In this, there is this realization of, if I'm delighting in him, feeding on faithfulness, right, trusting in him, then I'm not desiring what they have because his word has told me that way leads to destruction. So what is the desire of my heart? Do I desire what he desires? And so there's the relationship between in delighting yourself in the Lord, you're gonna want more. You become more and more like him. You want what he wants. And he wants to give you that because it's what's good for you, and it's what gives you life and fullness and peace. He wants us to have peace. He wants us to have shalom. He wants us to have who he is, graciousness and kindness and gentleness, love and faithfulness and truth, righteousness and justice. All of those things, that's what he desires for us. Verse 5 is then the letter Gimel, which is, so it says commit your way, but it's the word like gol is roll. Roll it upon the Lord. Your way, like release it, roll it upon the Lord. Right? Trust in him, and he will do it. There's an emphatic, says Vahu Ya'aseh, and he will make it happen. Trust in him. Roll it onto him. Commit your way to the Lord. Right? He'll give you the desires of your heart. Delight yourself in him. He'll give you the desires of your heart. So what you got to do is just roll it upon, commit your way to the Lord. Roll it to him. Here you go. I give it to you. Trust in him, and he will do it. He will do it. Verse 6, what will he do? He will bring forth. He will bring out your vindication, your righteousness is the language here. Your tzaddik, it's tzaddik kecha is your righteousness. He will, like light. He will make it. He will bring out your righteousness. He will make it shine like light. He will vindicate you. He will do it. And so continue to wait on him. Trust in him. Roll it to him. And he'll do it. He'll cause, and your cause, your the word here is mishpat, your justice or your just cause, the thing that is your situation, will shine like midday, like noonday. So you got to just trust in him and roll it to him. And he's telling us this now because there are going to be moments where in the immediacy it looks like, again, it looks like the wicked are prospering. Where are you, Lord? Hey, it says trust in the Lord. Do good. Just keep doing what's right. Trust in the Lord. Do good. Delight yourself. Delight yourself in Adonai. He'll give you the desires of your heart. Right? Roll it to him and let him handle it. Trust in him and he'll do it. Okay? He says he's going to bring out your righteousness. He will bring it forth like light. It's going to shine, and your cause will be as bright as the midday sun. So verse 7 is dalet. Dalet is the letter, and the word is dom, which is rest. Damam. It has to be still, be motionless, stop. Let's just stop. Be still before Adonai. You've rolled it to him. You're trusting in him. He'll do it. So now, when, when? What? Shh. Be still. And wait patiently for him. The language for wait patiently, it is the language used for to writhe in, like someone that's in labor. So there is that, like you're waiting for there's the waiting and for the birth to come forth, and it can be painful. The language here in waiting patiently for him has to do with waiting to be in labor, to be brought forth to birth. Right? So, but be still before Adonai, right? And wait for him to bring it forth. It says, don't fret. Again, don't be kindled. Don't be agitated. Don't be angry over one prospering in his way, over one carrying out wicked schemes, wicked strategies. Verse 8, he says, put away anger. And the language here is the word heref. The letter is he. It says, drop your hands. The word here, Rapha, or from heref is from Rapha, is to slacken or relax. It's actually a word that can be used negatively a lot of times. When you're in the Proverbs, it's a word that's used that talks about, it's used in a negative way about laziness, right? So here it says, be lazy with your anger. When it comes to hostility, just drop your hands. Because you've rolled it to him. You've rolled it to him. And he'll do it. So just rest in him. Relax. Drop your anger. Don't fret again. We're being told again. Don't burn with anger. Don't be filled with this agitation. Stop. It says it only, or it certainly, for sure, it leads toward evil. It leads to doing evil. Peter says, the anger, it says to be slow to speak, slow to become angry, quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry, because the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. And so we're told here, you got to drop the anger. Let it go. Don't burn with anger. Don't be agitated. It only is going to lead to evil. It's not going to produce the righteousness of God. And here's the thing, because evildoers, verse 9, will be cut off. But those who wait for Adonai, those who hope, the expectantly waiting ones for Adonai, it's wording that it's it doesn't actually, it's not a verb here. It's a noun. It's a noun. It's those who wait sounds like a verb, but it's though they are characterized by their waiting. This is a group characterized by their expectantly hoping. The expectantly hoping ones is the noun here. The expectantly hoping, waiting for Adonai. It says they, emphatically, it says, Hema, they will inherit the land. So you got to wait on the Lord. Drop the anger. You've rolled it to him. Let him do it. Verse 10 is then the letter Vav. It says Va'od. It says just a bit, until a little. Va'od ma'at. It says just a little while, and the wicked will be no more. And it says Ve'en rasha, and there is none. The wickedness, there is none. There will be none. Yes, you will look at his place, and it says you will perceive, you'll discern, you'll get it. You'll understand. You will look at his place, but you'll discern his place, his location, but he will not be there. Verse 11, but the meek, the afflicted ones, the needy, the poor. Good news to the afflicted. This is the language here. Those will inherit the land. They will take possession of the land, and they will oneg. They will delight. They will take pleasure in abundant shalom, a multitude of shalom. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, right? Trust in him completely. Do good. Trust in the Lord and do good. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. The afflicted, the needy, the poor, those will take possession of the land and will delight. They will delight in delighting in the Lord. They will delight in abundant shalom. So wait on him. Rest in him. Be still, my soul. The Lord is on your side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to thy God to order and provide. In every change he faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, thy best, thy heavenly friend, through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. Be still, my soul, your God does undertake to guide the future as he has the past. Thy hope, thy confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be bright at last. Be still, my soul, the waves and winds still know his voice who ruled them while he dwelt below. In you I rest, in you I find my hope, in you I trust. You'll never let me go. I place my life within your hands alone. Be still, my soul. Roll it to him. Trust in him. And do good. Do what you have to do. Do righteousness. Walk in righteousness. Give it to him. Drop your hands from anger. Let him do it. Wait on him. Don't stop stressing and fretting and freaking out. Oh no, the wicked are winning. Stop. Shh. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he'll give you the desires of your heart. And he'll bring out your righteousness like the noonday sun. You got to keep walking in righteousness. Don't be jealous of their ways, lest you begin to walk in those ways. Hand it to the Lord. He'll handle it, right? And it doesn't mean that they are going to stop doing what they're doing in the immediacy. We come to verse 12 here. Psalm 37 verse 12 says, it opens with the letter Zion here, the word zomem. It says he plots. He's planning. There's a negative. He's devising. The wicked is devising a scheme. The wicked plots against the righteous and gnashes his teeth. He grinds toward him with his teeth. He's trying to intimidate you. The wicked one is plotting and looking and going, I'm going to destroy you. And you start to freak out, but you've rolled it to the Lord. So look at the Lord. How does is the Lord freaking out over over the wicked plot toward you? It says no. Verse 13 says no. The Lord laughs at him because he sees his day is coming. Are you serious? Right? The Lord says, nah, his day is coming. Verse 14, the wicked have a sword. The wicked have it. The word here is cherev, the dagger. They've got a little dagger to get up close. They have unsheathed their dagger. They've bent their bow. Their intentions are to bring down the poor and needy. The way that it says, the way of their sword is to make the poor become carcasses, to slay those whose conduct is upright. That's their plan. But verse 15, again, look at the Lord. The Lord sees their day is coming. It says that their sword will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. He says, roll it to me, trust in the Lord, and do good. When you see the wicked, don't be jealous of them. Don't freak out. Don't be angry. Don't be burning with anger. Don't be agitated. Rest in the Lord. Yeah, they've got plans, but the Lord's not freaked out over it. Yeah, they've got daggers and swords, but their sword will pierce their own heart. Don't want what they have. Verse 16, it opens with the word tov. Tov ma'at is basically, it's better than, good compared to. Better a little that the righteous have than the wealth or the uproar. The language here is the hamad, the uproar, the noise, the restlessness of the multitudes of the wicked, of many wicked. It's better the little bit that you have, your small peace, it seems, but it's abundant shalom. But what you have is much better than the uproar of the wicked, of the multitude of the wicked. Verse 17, because the arms of the wicked will be broken, while Adonai upholds the righteous. He is the support. He is the crutch. He's the leaning staff, the samach, upholding the righteous. So it's better that what you've got than their uproar, because their arms, their strength will be broken, will be shattered. And while that's being shattered, he's got you. He's the one that you're leaning on. Verse 18 opens with the word Yodea. He knows. He knows. It says, Adonai knows the days of the blameless. Their inheritance endures forever. They will not be ashamed in an evil time, and in days of famine they will be satisfied. Verse 20, because there is a consequence. Key is the language for, because there's a consequence. The wicked will perish, and the enemies of Adonai will be like the beauty of the fields. They will vanish. They will vanish like smoke. They'll be finished. It'll be like gone. Verse 21 opens with lamed. Again, teaching us, showing us how. It opens with the word lo'eh, which is a word that can be used for borrowing or lending. And it deals with the way that we continue. Again, trust in the Lord to do good. It says the wicked borrows and does not repay, but the righteous is a gracious giver, right? He's a giver of chanan, of generosity, of graciousness, right? That's a characteristic of God. For his blessed ones inherit the land, but those he curses will be cut off. Verse 23, Adonai, from Adonai a man's steps are made firm, when he delights in his way. Your steps are made firm when now the word for delight here is not oneg. The word for delight here is the word chafetz, which is the word for will, want. When I want his way, when my will is lined up with his will, with his way, then I don't have to worry. From the Lord, my steps are made firm. As long as I'm walking in his way, that is a firm path. The broad road leads to destruction. It's going to fall apart. But from the Lord, a man's steps are made firm when you delight in his way, when you want his way. Though he stumble, verse 24, he will not fall headlong, for Adonai is holding his hand. Again, it said Adonai is your support. He's the one, the wicked's arms will be broken, but Adonai will hold you up. And it's the same language here. Adonai is the support for your hand. So though you stumble, I started to stumble, you're not going to fall face down, because he's got you. Keep walking in his way. Your steps will be made firm. Even if you stumble, he's got you. Be committed to his way. Delight yourself in the Lord, He's got you. The psalmist says in verse 25, it opens with, I was young, now I'm old. I was young, he says, I have been young and now I have a beard. Now I'm old. Yet I've never seen the righteous ones forsaken, nor his children begging for bread. All day long he is gracious and lends, so his offspring will be a blessing. Right? So you see the characteristic of the righteous one is reflecting the character of God, because he's delighting himself in his way. And so what's overflowing from him for the entirety of his life, for all of his days, or all the day, he is gracious. And so his offspring, his descendants, will be a blessing. Right? They will be a blessing. So, verse 27, Sur is turn aside from evil, do good. That's the evil path. Turn aside from that, do good, so that you may live forever. For Adonai loves justice. He loves mishpat. He loves doing what is right and just, and he does not abandon his chesedim. He does not abandon his godly ones, or those of his love. They will be preserved forever. And this is where the olam, the ayin, comes in. Forever. They will be preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked, right, the descendants of the wicked will be cut off. He just said that the descendants of the righteous are a blessing, but the descendants of the wicked, of wickedness, will be cut off. The righteous will inherit the land, verse 29, and dwell in it forever. Verse 30, the mouth of the righteous utters wisdom, and his tongue speaks justice. The Torah, verse 31, the Torah, the instruction of his God, is in his heart. His steps do not totter. Right? They don't slip. They don't shake. So what you see is what's in his heart is the instruction of God. So what's coming out of his mouth? From the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks, and out of his mouth he utters. It actually says he sighs wisdom. Like, even when he's like, it's wisdom. Because it's over, and his tongue has words of justice, of mishpat, that which is right, that which is of wisdom and concern for others, right? Because the instructions of God are in his heart. So his steps do not slip. Again, the wicked are doing their thing. Verse 32, it says the wicked lies in wait for the righteous. The wicked are watching attentively, is the tzofeh, is to watch attentively. He's watching, waiting expectantly for the righteous, seeking to slay him. His desire is to slay him. To trust in the Lord with all your heart, and he'll give you the request of your heart. Well, this guy, his request is to slay the wicked. But Adonai will not abandon him in his hand, or let him be condemned when judged. He's waiting to slay the wicked. Verse 34 says, now you wait expectantly, but don't wait looking at him. You keep your eyes on the Lord. Wait for Adonai and keep his way. Pay close attention to his way, and he will exalt you. He will lift you up to inherit the land when the wicked are cut off. You'll see. You'll see it. Verse 35 says, is the witness of the faithful one, saying, I have seen. I'll tell you what, I've seen a wicked, ruthless man flourishing like a leafy tree in native soil. Like, he was just fruitful, and man, look at him. But once he passed by, he was no more. Though I looked for him, he could not be found. So don't fix your eyes on him. The righteous one says, I've seen it. So now he says, what you need to pay attention to, shamar, is verse 37. Shamar is to watch like a watchman, the man of integrity. Watch the upright. Because the man of shalom, the man of peace, he has a future. But the rebels, the transgressors, those who are in rebellion, they will be destroyed altogether. The future of the wicked will be cut off. Verse 39 is the final. It's tav. And it's teshuat. It's the root word is Yeshua. It's teshuat. Yet the salvation, the rescue, the deliverance of the righteous is from Adonai. He is their stronghold in time of trouble. Adonai helps them and delivers them. He rescues them from the wicked and saves them because they take refuge in him. So when you go through the Aleph Tavs, Aleph, don't be afraid. Don't be agitated. Beit, trust in the Lord and do good. Gimel, roll your way upon the Lord. Dalet is rest, be still. Hey, drop your hands, drop your anger. Vav, just a little bit, just wait a minute. Yeah, verse 12, Zion, the wicked are plotting. Chet, they've got their daggers and their swords. They've got their weapons, right? Tov, it's better though. It's good. What you have is better. Yodea, Yod, he knows. And then he says, Kaf, because there's a consequence. There's a consequence for the way we live our lives. And then Lamed, in the way that we interact, borrowing and lending. There's a difference between the way the wicked and the righteous operate here. Mem, it's from the Lord. A man's steps are made firm when we do what he desires, what he wants. Nun, I was young. I'm telling you, the Lord is faithful. Samech, he says, turn aside from evil. Olam, ayin, the consequences are eternal. Pay, watch what comes out of your mouth. May it be wisdom. May it be God's instructions. May it be his justice overflowing from your heart. Tzadi, look, the wicked are watching to do evil. Kof is watch attentively too, but watch the Lord, wait for him. Resh, I have seen the witness of a life who has seen faithfulness to the Lord. And then Shin is watch closely. Watch that man. Watch the one who lived a life of wholeness and integrity. And then Tav, salvation, rescue, deliverance is coming. You can know it for sure with certainty. That's the rules for the way. Rules for the road. The way to live your life. The way to live your life all the way through. Salvation is certain. Salvation is indeed coming. Amen? Morning by morning, I wake up to find the power and comfort of God's hand in mine. Season by season, I watch him amazed in awe of the mystery of his perfect ways. All I have need of, his hands will provide. He's always been faithful to me. I can't remember a trial or a pain he did not recycle to bring me gain. I can't remember one single regret in serving God only, in trusting his hand. All I have need of, his hands will provide. He's always been faithful to me. Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. All I have needed, your hand has provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. You are good and you're faithful. Lord, may we be committed to your ways all the days of our lives. And in the moments when we get shaken a little bit, when it seems like the way of righteousness in the immediate isn't producing the fruit we thought it would, Lord, may our eyes be fixed on you. We drop our hands, we roll it to you, we trust in you. And we know, Lord, that you'll hold us up. Even when we start to stumble, Lord, that you've got our hand and that you'll hold us up. Lord, may our lives be built upon your word, on the foundation of your word, on what you say. May we live our lives trusting in your faithfulness, knowing, Lord, that for just a second, wickedness may be flourishing like a tree in native soil. But in just a second, it'll be gone, but your ways are eternal. Your ways are for the ages. Your righteousness, your truth, your shalom, the wholeness that you desire, the peace that you have, Lord, is eternal. And we rest in that reality. May we walk in that all the days of our lives. In Yeshua's name, amen. Amen. All right. All right. Well, good morning to everybody else. Good morning to Jerry and Janet again. Good morning to Joshua and to my sister. I love you, sis. Good morning. Good morning again to Sonia Valenzuela and to Kathleen and to Pat and Lori. Good morning, you guys. All right. And let me good morning to Barbara Callahan. And I think that's everyone. If I missed you, I'm sorry. But may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shalom, shalom. Have a beautiful day.